I am making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, laws of the state of New Jersey. The Borough Clerk has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the governing body of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2020. The Borough Clerk has posted a true copy of this schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall, and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source, the Star Ledger, and the Home News Tribune, and is maintaining a copy of the schedule in her office during the year 2020. In light of the public health emergency caused by coronavirus, the Mayor and Borough Council meetings, the Council will continue to meet on their regularly scheduled meeting dates. Please note the time from the work session has been changed to a new commencement time of 6 p.m. The regular Council meeting will continue to commence as soon as possible after the work session. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Cesari?
Here.
Councilman Clementi?
Here.
Councilman David?
Here.
Councilman Demanda?
Here.
Councilman Ladati?
Here.
And Councilman Lopez.
Here.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of September 9, 2020?
Motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Cesari, seconded by Councilman David. All in favor?
Aye.
Various advisories were received from the New Jersey State League of Municipalities. Union County provided information on their American Job Center services. Fire Chief Kruger submitted a recommendation for appointment, and a flyer was received from Prevention Links.
Is there a motion to accept communications and reports?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Clementi, seconded by Councilman Lopez. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'd like to start by thanking the county for the free COVID testing that they offered to our residents yesterday. We had a great turnout. 320 tests were administered, 288 walk-up, and 32 at the senior center. Currently, Kenilworth, from start to date, has 173 cases of coronavirus. The Borough Picnic at Demario Park for our seniors was a lot of fun and well attended. There was music, and they enjoyed getting out. And we are currently working with the county on getting the senior nutrition program up and running. This will provide our seniors with a grab-and-go box lunch twice a week, starting on October 7th on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you. I'd like to the finance report, Councilman Clementi. I'm sorry, Councilman Lopez. Apologize. Well, we got flashbacks.
27. Finance Chairman report as of October 14, 2020. The Tax and Finance Department has been busy with residents requesting to complete our portion of the New Jersey Property Tax Reimbursement Senior Tax Reforms. Please make sure your section is complete before submitting. Just a reminder that these forms must be postmarked on or before November 2nd. Please do not wait till the last minute. Now is the time to come into the Finance Department if you need filling out the section, your section of the form. If you need help, please come in. Don't wait till the last minute. Also, if you have any questions about the program, you can get your questions answered by the state at 1-800-882-6597. Now is the time to come in. They'll help you fill it out. Also, fourth quarter property tax bills are due November 1st, with a grace period extended to November 10th. Payments are starting to come in. If you have not received your tax bill, please contact the Tax and Finance Department office at 908-276-5800. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Councilman Lopez. Department of Public Works, Councilman David.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things. Today was north side pickup for bulk. Next Wednesday, 21st, is south side bulk pickup. Once again, they do not pick up refrigerators, electronics, or anything like that, so don't put them out to the curb, because I did see on the north side a few refrigerators out there, and the bulk will not pick that up. And the only other thing I have is we will be welcoming aboard a acting superintendent for the DPW tonight. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Councilman David. Now, Department of Public Safety, Councilman Clementi.
Thank you, Mayor. I got the September report from Chief Zimmerman. There were 1,799 calls for service, 162 calls through 911, and 86 summonses for the month of September. The Chief wanted me to read this statement. Our hearts go out to the Mole family. We have lost a dear friend and valued colleague. It is with deep personal regret that I inform you that retired Lieutenant Henry Mole passed away last week. The Kenilworth Police Department not only grieves at the passing of a tremendous individual, but also for the loss his family suffers. The Borough of Kenilworth and the Kenilworth Police Department appreciated the faithful service Lieutenant Henry Mole provided to our community. We will all miss a great human being. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Mole family at this time. Could we just take a moment of silence for Lieutenant Mole, please? Okay, thank you. On September the 26th, the Kenilworth Police Department assisted the Kenilworth Board of Health for their annual health fair. This year it was held in the St. Teresa School parking lot where flu shots were successfully administered to participants. On October 4th, the Ignite United Methodist Church held a Stand Against Racism rally on the front lawn of the church. Mayor Karlovich and Borough Council members, along with Chief Zimmerman and Captain Fred Seuss from the Kenilworth Police Department, attended. The event was peaceful and consisted of music, dialogue, and speakers. And it was a nice event, Chief. The Mayor and the Chief did very nice speeches at that event.
Yes, we did.
Thank you.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Clementi. Planning and Zoning, Councilman Demondo.
Thank you, Mayor. I have just two items. The construction report for the month of September. We got the fees collected. Building fees was $14,712. Trust state fees were $941. Miscellaneous fees were $1,635 for a total of $17,280. I also spoke with zoning officer O'Brien, and he has submitted a draft report on his activities and future recommendations to our mayor for her to review and for their meeting. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Demondo. Recreation and Fire, Councilwoman Cesari.
Thank you, Mayor. For recreation, I just have a couple of announcements from last meeting I made. I just want to say for October. Saturday, October 24th, and Sunday, October 25th, there will be a ghost and witch hunt, which starts at 9:30 a.m. The hunt forms can be picked up in front of the OP Rec Center between 9:30 and 12 p.m. on the 24th. You must register for this. Saturday, October 31st, is our Halloween trick or trunk kickoff. It will be at Harding School in the back parking lot from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. House decorating contest. Judges will be driving around the entire week of October 25th. Judges will be driving and checking out all the decorations in town. Winners will be announced Halloween night. Registration for all events must be done via Community Pass. Registration for each event will be opened the week prior to the event happening and will be posted on the Rec Facebook page. All events are for Kenilworth residents only. Space will be limited for some of the events. Social distancing will be maintained and masks will be required to be worn by all participants. If there are any questions, you can reach out to the program administrator of the RAC, which is Christian Boyle. I will give you her number. Her number is 908-400-2934. That's all I have for RAC. Just a couple of things for the fire department. Tonight we'll be appointing a new first responder, and I have the report from Chief Kruger from September. And during the month of September, the fire department responded to the following 46 calls. I'm not going to read them all, but there is one important thing on here. It was one brush leaf mulch fire. Try not to park on the leaves, if possible. Where you see piles, try to avoid it. If you have a tendency to catch, I personally experienced this with a friend of mine. It has happened. So during the month of September, the fire department traveled 122 miles, and the rescue squad during the incident, the fire department traveled 122 miles and utilized 188 man-hours. The Department of Rescue responded to 42 calls, traveling 397 miles and utilized 80 man-hours. So the total cost for the month was 88. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Siri. Health, Education, and Human Services, Councilman Ladati.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's start with the senior citizen. Again, as you mentioned, the picnic was a great success. I was there, box lunches were provided, music. Councilman Maloney came up and spoke to everyone, which was really nice. I thought they did a great job there. Another thing with the seniors is that there was a pick up and go program with lunches, the grab and go. I hope that's successful. But besides that, there are dates that you can get on the Union County calendar of food pantry stocks at Kane College. So there are going to be a couple of hours, I think, every other week, where you can go there, drive in, and they'll give you a basket of food. And it looks like they're going to have them all the way into December, which is really good. Second one, the last one for seniors is in June, July timeframe, the Congress and the Senate passed a bill called Stop Senior Scam Act, which all the governors in the country are getting together to try to find ways to avoid these people scamming the seniors. And they said the seniors are the most vulnerable people out there with these scams. So at least the Senate and Congress did something together, finally. And I think that's great for us. I'm going to the health department now. Since February, there's 178 positive COVID-19 cases. In the last 30 days, only 10. And that's from our health department. 10 cases were verified. One Kenilworth student tested positive, but it was unknown to him that he had contacted COVID-19 and went to school, and that caused the close down of the school. There was another one case of a contact with a positive case in his family, and so he was identified, as a COVID-19 person. There's going to be at the senior center with the testing of the COVID, what they're expecting out of those who attended, that they're expecting a little increase in the numbers of positive tests of the COVID-19 because of close proximity of all the people standing there. Now, I looked at it, I didn't see that. I saw the separation. But they're worried about, they're going to pick up some numbers because of that. And I guess it's just called, contact, concentrated contact. The health fair, we had 128 people getting vaccinated with the flu shot. Of them, 122 were from Kenilworth. So the other 6 were from outside, and a total of 90 households that got the flu shot. So that was really nice when they went by the numbers. November 1st is the rabies clinic from 11 to 1 at St. Teresa's parking lot. It took a lot for us to get that clinic going, and it took a lot of persuasion by our health department to get the right people there. We have a local veterinarian who has the mobile truck is going to do the vaccinating, so that's a plus on our side. One thing I'd like to do with the health department, and this is on my own, and with Dr. Jerome Foreman, they have a state opiate program. Maybe the police chief would know about it, and maybe could get us in contact with the right people to start that program here in Kenilworth. a lot of opiate problems within even our borough. And I think the state program would help us. And John, I hope you can help us out with that. And I'd be interested to hear about it. The next one is my favorite subject, of course, is the library. And on Friday, Tony, with the DPW's help, is going to go examine the roof to make sure that, being that there was no resolution that they could provide to the state to get the grant money, they want to know if we can hold off a year before the next grant comes in to have the roof done. And that's what Tony's going to do. Tony's going to say, is it safe to go up there and we can wait the year? If not, we'll find a way to handle it. Maybe through their $143,000 of monies that they have saved. The library this year is going to get, and I don't know if Joe's still here, $543,315. That's what the state said that they should receive. That's $500,000. Delivery of the programs. Books right now cannot be delivered from library to library because of COVID. So on October 19th, they're going to start the deliveries again. So books that you may not be able to get at our library can be ordered and sent, via the deliveries. Again, the program of picking up books at the library outside, the drop by, is working well. We're starting night programs now at the library on Monday night, the first Monday of every month. The library will have their programs going. And that's about all I have for the library. The school, the budget process started again. So it seems like it comes really quick with the schools. They're going to go solar powered within the next year at the school. So I guess they'll put it on the roof. And we're estimating a savings of $40,000 a year in energy bills for the next 15 years. So they're promised that with the solar energy. The board voted to allow the Halloween trick or trunk or trunk or trick to be held at Hardy parking lot. So that was approved. Next is the football program. They played 2 games. Limited capacity in the stadium, and they've had 0 problems with the public at these games. So everybody's been, doing separation and wearing masks, so they're happy with that. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Ladati. Next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Clementi, seconded by Councilman Lopez. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolutions 1 through 22 are listed on the consent agenda and will be enacted by one motion. All items will be recorded individually in full in the minutes. Councilwoman Cesari?
Yes.
Councilman Clementi?
Yes.
Councilman David?
Yes.
Councilman Demondo?
Yes.
Councilman Ladati?
Yes.
And Councilman Lopez.
Yes.
That's all I have this evening.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome our new acting superintendent for the borough, Michael Calixto, and it is my honor to administer the oath of office to you. If you can step forward. Is that it?
Can you come around to this side so that,
Sure, that sounds good.
there, and if Ms. Calixto would like to come up and hold the large Bible?
You got It's like, oh, God. I'm sorry about that.
I, Michael Calypso,
I, Michael Calypso,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform the duties of acting superintendent of the Kenilworth Department of Public Works
perform excuse me, act as the former acting superintendent of the Kenilworth Department of Public Works
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. We're happy with this. Make sure this is in the right place. We have a blue pen okay, or?
So it's not red.
Hey, could you avoid the side cleanup there
Congratulations.
for this week? North side cleanup for south side.
North side was today's next one.
Next day was the,
That's what it is, south side. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, we're talking about people.
Is this yours?
Pretty much fine, it's all done.
Okay. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Clixto. I wish you a long and happy career here, and we're happy that you're here. At this time, I'd like a motion to open the floor to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Ladati, seconded by Councilwoman Tsiri. All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone have anything to say for the good and well-being of Kenilworth? Please come forward, state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Herbert. I live at 14 North 12th Street here in Kenilworth. I just want to bring to your attention on North 12th Street between the Boulevard and Washington Avenue. There's no trucks allowed to come down that area, and they constantly do come down there. The police been doing a great job of putting additional signs up, and when they're in the area, they enforce it. But these heavy trucks, they're collapsing our manhole covers for the main drainage down the pipe, down the center of the road. Got a big crack in there, especially in front of 18 North 12th Street. It's on a pretty bad angle, and it seems like every month it's getting worse and worse. So I wanted to see if you guys could look into that, have the engineer take a look at that and see if there's any dangerous situation there, or, we can put it on the list to repair it. And Chief, while we're here, the neighbors unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, but they asked me, they asked you if we can keep a little extra eye on it when you're free, because we know there's other pressing things going on in town. And I think if we hit them with a few tickets, maybe they'll get the message, Since I've been there 3 years now, I can count at least 7 or 8 times my house shook when a 40-foot or a 50-foot tractor trailer went down the foundation. And as you know, we're 35 feet in from the road. I don't think any of our streets in this town were designed, our residential side streets are designed for that kind of weight load. So if we can look into that and see what's going on, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Everybody, good luck with the election.
Thank you. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say for the good and well-being of Kenilworth?
Mayor, I'd like to say something.
Yep.
I just want to heartfully thank everybody who made it to my daughter's memorial. It was a beautiful celebration. And I didn't get to see everybody, but I know a lot of this town is there. And I so felt it belonged there. And Michael and I, we were just stunned at the amount of the turnout that was there. So I just want to say a heartfelt thanks again to all the residents in town who did make it, and everyone else whose thoughts and prayers are there too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say? The good and well-being of Kenilworth? Okay, seeing no one, is there a motion to close the floor for public
So moved.
discussion? Motion made by Councilman Lodati, seconded by Councilwoman Cesari. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say for the good and welfare of the borough?
Mayor, one or two things. Number one is our crossing guards. I noticed that when the kids are out and they're crossing, they're not wearing any mask, protective mask. I don't know if they can't do it while they're crossing the kids, or they're just not wearing them. So maybe the police chief can answer that. And number two, I know we go around to different, we see different areas that the grass is overgrown, and we talk to the people that have it done. Well, I noticed on 14th Street at the DPW yard, there was a lot of debris, and the grass was high through the fence. And if we could take care of that, if we're asking our town people to do something,
Yep.
I don't want them to come back, and you know the way things are now,
Absolutely.
to come back at us.
I'm sure
So
the
that's all I have.
superintendent will take care of that. Great. Does anyone else have anything to add?
I just want to take a second to, just to reiterate what Councilman Lodati mentioned earlier with the picnic that we had last week. Just want to thank Laura for her help and everybody else that was a part of that event. It turned out to be a great thing to see. I got to meet a lot of new, a lot of senior residents. They looked like they were happy. They really enjoyed themselves. So I look forward to that.
That's awesome. Sorry I missed it. Okay, anyone else? Okay, if there's nothing else to be brought before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Lodati, seconded by Councilman Lopez. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.